Hey, what's going on? This is Divine Blue Alchemist, and I'm shooting here. I'm in Brazil, and Natal, and I just wanted to shoot this small video here. I'm not gonna make it too long. But this morning at 2 o'clock, my grandfather died of COVID-19, and I just wanted to send this message to everyone to say, just be careful out there, yeah, because it's not something that's looking for anyone. It's it's like a shadow that is crossing the earth, and like a trawl at the back of a ship that just drags and picks up any fish that is fortunate or unfortunate to fall in the way. And the shadow is passing, and it's just taking people with it. It's not looking for good. It's not looking for bad. It's just taking people with it. Um, we have to be a lot more aware of the things that we need to do in terms of not just social distancing, but either wearing gloves or carrying hand sanitizer and alcohol, spray alcohol, to wipe down any areas that you may be close contact with, especially in shops, putting your hands on the counters and things like this, and then touching your food and touching your cup, touching your clothes. It's invisible. Uh, there's a video that I saw of these Koreans who had this high sensitivity sensitive camera, and they were measuring when we sneeze or when we talk. They were measuring, like, when you sneeze, the drops that come out, and there are certain droplets, like, say they were coded in colors. So the yellow, it stays, and then it starts to drop down to the ground, and then the green kind of goes out. It goes out among people in the area that you sneezed, and then the red stays in that area, kind of just floating, and that stays there for at least 20 minutes. So being in areas where people sneeze, it's really great to like move from that area, because if you walk past the area where the person sneezed, there's a chance that you may pick it up also. Um, I don't want anyone to panic, uh, because panic is just part of fear, and fear is being sold every day online, um, on the television sets. The news are selling it. Um, the way that the government is taking care of the situation is also part of the sales pitch. And we're buying into fear so much that people go out there and killing themselves over like toilet paper, and you know I understand the world is going to shit right now, and maybe that's the reason why like toilet paper was the first thing that was bought when this crisis hit. But please, everyone, just, you know what I mean? Like, if you have a crowd in the shop going to like get one thing, right, it's gonna get sold out really fast before the rest of the people get in there. And then that's not fair for people who are looking for the very same thing that you think you need. You're gonna take 20 of them. um, so have some moderation in terms of buying things out there. Here in Brazil, there's the pharmacies here have no masks, they have no alcohol, they have no gloves, and they're waiting for these shipments. These shipments are being robbed. Trucks are being stopped on the highways, and the medical trucks, and they're robbing the masks so they can sell in the black market. It's really crazy right now here because there's no jobs. Tourism is cut. Brazil is tourism. Has a lot of tourism. So like Rio de Janeiro is a ghost town, and people are freaking out. The people who sell things to tourists on the streets, balloons, from balloons to bathing suits to selfie sticks to everything, food. All these people are completely out of a job because you can't accumulate. You can't have people out on the streets doing things normally that they would do. You are pretty much prepared to stay at home, quarantine, um, social distancing if you're outside. And here in Brazil, social distancing is something that's not even it's just it's not even part of the infrastructure here. Like there's so many people. Number one, like almost like not like India. That's exaggeration. But there's so many people here, and people used to always being close. Like say for instance, I saw on the news a few times, and they were showing people going to the bank to get money and get these savings that are supposed to drop into their account, and they're taking the money out so they can go to the supermarket and buy stuff. And there are crowds of people together, bunched up together, out of like maybe 25 people, three are wearing masks, and that's right there. That's a recipe for disaster. Because if just one person has it there, and that person coughs or sneezes, a majority of the people are going to get it. A majority of the people are going to be infected, and they are going to go home and they're going to infect their grandmothers. In these poor communities, in the areas like Ali Cream, where it's kind of like a depressed barrio, but it's a lot of shop in there. Uh, this this the style of living there is like maybe 5 or 6 people in one house. Sometimes they have 14 people in a small house, all cramped together. You know, I saw a family of 9 come out of a small box apartment looking kind of thing. So you've got like people. If one person gets it and they go there, it's usually father, mother, cousin, grandmother, all these people, especially elderly, living together with family. You know, they can't put their elderly in a nursing home. There's no free nursing homes or anything like that. So the elderly lives with them. So like these people are putting their elderly, their grandmother and their grandfathers at risk. They're putting young babies at risk. Um, and it's not a fault. I'm not pointing fingers. Pointing fingers is useless. It's a realization, the way that government bodies um, don't give sufficient information or don't make it the way that it is. They don't say exactly what's happening. I understand, yes, you don't want people to panic. You're the government and you should be, there's a way of saying things and doing things so that people don't like freak out. But people kind of downplayed it to the point where, you know what I mean? It's like filling up a room with gas, and 20 minutes after you filled up the room, you tell people in the room that there's some gas has been pumped into the room for 20 minutes now, and you guys are going to die. And the keys are hidden somewhere in the room. You have to find it. This is 20 minutes ago. It's just it's catastrophic the way that things will actually go down here in Brazil. Um, I'm not forecasting doom. It's just inevitable. The death toll I think was of 2 days 800 people, but there's not one country on this planet that has 800 people dead. People are way beyond those numbers, into the 200,000 people infected in certain areas. Uh, Brazil here, the government is also trying to downplay because of economic issues. And the only economic issue there is the fact that he promised big corporation that he would, yeah, he would basically help them with not just sales, but with their economic input into Brazil. In terms of opening things for them to have them earn more money, and the whole entire corruption thing. So, of course, this is the campaign money that came from these people. And these people now are completely freaking out. They're like, threatening him. And he is, putting on a show for them pretty much, and people are looking at him like, are you serious? You know what I mean? What about the Brazilian people? And he's thinking about the Brazilian economy. That's his thing now. So he's out there hugging people and shaking hands, and it's like, it's a shame that people get scared in a moment like this. I mean, there was an ad I saw, like a PSA, public service announcement, that said that it's the F virus, and it's not Corona. That's the epidemic right now. It's the F virus, and the F virus is fear. You know, people are just completely losing themselves, and I'm not talking about the people who are running out and fighting for toilet paper in the whatchamacallit, in the supermarket. I'm talking about people who are making choices based on fear. People who are trying to hoard money away right now in this moment, when things are going really bad because of fear. People who are making decisions that will impact the lives of so many because because of fear, and it's not the fear of them dying. It's almost also the fear of not knowing what to do, and trying to be or trying to paint the picture, right? Or to tell the story of the person who knew what to do. And you're not gonna try to build a house if you don't know how to build a house. You know what I mean? You're gonna build a box. Um, and if you don't know and there's people around to help you, you've got to drop your pride and allow those people to help you. And anyone who wants to, you know what I mean? Like it's a job, right? Because at the end of the day, the president of the United States, the president of Brazil, and the president of any country goes home, scratch their balls, have their wife that probably hates them, kids that despise them or worship them more than God. They have all the problems that everyone else has. It doesn't make a difference what type of luxury they live in. You know, your body doesn't care how rich you are. It's still going to break down. And the same thing as your mind, probably even faster. And it's just it's a shame that in death, my grandfather died this morning, and it's insane. My dad died a month ago, I think it's like a month ago. That wasn't from corona, that was from dementia. So my grandfather dies now of this coronavirus. I don't know who else is going to die in the family. I pray no one else. My mom is safe at home, and she's not going out for nothing. If there's a missile at the building, that's where she's going to die, in the building. She's not going to run out the building. It's like missile or corona. Take the missile. You know what I mean? Take the missile because it's instant. Corona is something that you think you're okay, and all of a sudden you're sneezing and you're dead. Government is a body, right? People go to work there. The people that go to work there are the people, right? Just like a gun is a gun. Without a bullet, that doesn't work. Without the hand that holds the gun, it doesn't work. Without the mind that allows the fingers to move and pull the trigger, it doesn't work. Right? And not saying that the structure of government will not work without the people in it. It's the people in it that's making it to work the way it's working right now. And we point fingers at them and we say, how could they and who are they, and this is crazy. But every time there's an election, for some strange reason, people think that they're making a correct choice. And in all actuality, there's no correct choice. There's no correct choice, right? Because number one, what we're dealing with is people going to work. When you go to work at McDonald's, you are not McDonald's. You go to work at McDonald's. When you get elected as President of the United States, you are not President of the United States. You go to work. There's no President of the United States. Like if you play football, you're not a ball. You don't govern the United States of America. You can't. That's insane. There are people behind you that do that. You're just a puppet. Just have a job. So, and not pointing fingers, right? I'm talking about every person that calls themselves a president of whatever state, country, city, whatever it is that they are. It's just really funny. At the end of the day, it's we that put them there. But people just need someone to believe in, right? So right now, I would say I believe in Christ. And not to throw any religion into anything. Because if you were to say Christ or Trump, Christ would trump Trump. Stay clean, stay at home, leave when it's necessary. If you do, gloves, masks, come home, take all your clothes off, put it to wash, take a beautiful shower, wash wash your hands, wash your face, inside your nose, because it travels there. Be careful. Death is around the corner. It's really around the corner. We're going to get through this at some point in our lives. We're going to get through this with an absolutely amazing understanding of why we're here and how these things can happen, whether it's all natural or it was man-made. If it was man-made, then we are the destruction of ourselves. There's no nuclear button. If you didn't have nukes, you still have people. If you don't have guns, you still have people. You don't need a gun to kill someone. Bullets don't kill people. People kill people. Let's stop the killing. This was made, but whoever made it does not like people. It's Divine Blue Alchemist saying, have an amazing quarantine wherever you are. Hope you're with friends and family. My family is in New York, pretty much all over the country. And I'm here in Brazil as this thing starts to go even crazier, or it becomes even crazier. It's a struggle up to get to exactly where we're trying to go with this, or whether it's a cure or it's an understanding. But I think eventually we will get there. Eventually we'll get there. If not, then we have another thing coming. Lesson learned. Divine Blue Alchemist saying ciao for now. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll be sending some more posts. I'm not going to be leaving the house that much because of the quarantine. But out here, it is beautiful sky. Right down that block right there is the beach. So I think I probably might go to the beach and, do some surfing, catch some waves, speak to the ocean. Like and subscribe.